Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name's Megan and I'm going to show you how to do a headstand. Now I've got a couple of tips before we get started. Number one, take off any necklaces. They just get in the way. Number two, remove glasses if you wear them. And number three, optional, can have a fiddle around, maybe let your hair out. And number four, maybe take off your rings as well. Sometimes I do it with, sometimes without. See how you go. All right, now hopefully you've all warmed up. You've got your core working, your upper body, shoulders, all set to go. Let's try it out. Here we go. So we'll come forward. Oh, and watches. Good idea to take those off too. All right, so we'll come forward, tabletop position. Now, you also want to make sure that you've got your hamstrings nice and stretched out as well. We're going to take a grip of the hands, palms together. So this is why you want your rings off, because you want to interlace, lock those fingers in together. And what we're going to do is plant that down. Some people do like to pop their pinky fingers out as well. I don't usually, but it's up to you, personal preference. Sometimes the bottom one can feel a bit squished. I generally tuck it in underneath there. And we want, most important, when I first started I didn't know this, you want your elbows to be shoulder width apart, if not in a little further. I started out quite wide, and you don't get any balance from that. You want it to be a triangle from your fingers all the way to your elbows. Okay, so from here we've got this nice firm foundation, really pressing down into the forearms so you really feel that lift through the shoulders. Now you're going to place your head, the crown of your head, tuck it right in to that grip of the hand, and I almost sort of hold on to my top of my head, to my skull, and then lift the hips, coming up onto the toes. And this is where you want your hamstrings to be nice and flexy. Bring the weight forward, coming up onto the tippy toes, and already feel the shoulders really working, the forearms working. So there's not much pressure down into the head really. It's going down into the shoulders and the forearms, the elbows. Now maybe enough to say here, you could practice lifting one leg, bringing it down, lifting the other, just feeling that center of gravity change. Or if you feel ready, maybe bringing one leg in, taking the weight right forward, pressing into the tops of the toes, bringing the weight forward a little further. And then bring both knees in. Now this is the egg, and maybe enough to hold here. Bring the legs back down, back to the knees. I like to stretch out with Adho Mukha Virasana, opening up the chest, and just relaxing the back of the neck. There's a lot of pressure going down through the head, hopefully not too much though. We want most of the weight through the arms, through these nice strong bones here. And we want to feel that sense of lift through the shoulders while we're balancing. So, really good idea to practice the egg headstand until that feels comfortable. You can't go too wrong with that one, because even if you fall, you're already in a ball, and you just rock over to the side. Happens to me all the time. Just make sure you've got some space around you. Much less daunting than extending the legs. But here we go. Also another nice counter stretch. Interlace the fingers, open up the chest, open up the heart, and release. Here we go. Okay, so we've got our grip, we've got our triangle shape, with the hair over to the side, so you get in the way. This is why you want your necklace on. Even hug the elbows in a little bit closer as you push through, coming up onto the tibbies, maybe taking the egg headstand again. And pausing here, you can start to lift through the knees and the feet, maybe extending out, taking the knees up towards the ceiling, keeping your focus point, pressure going down, coming down nice and gently, and releasing. Keeping the pressure through the forearms again, really lifting, stretch it out. Important not to overdo it or the muscles just get really tired, and that's when you start to feel unbalanced. we'll take one more. I'll show you the press into the headstand. Now this one you really want your core to be working, so it's a good idea to practice the egg, maybe even just the one leg, then the other leg lift until you feel comfortable doing it. It's just really about taking the time, getting used to being upside down. It's pretty normal for people to be doing, so the body sort of can get a little bit into shock, but it's definitely good. Also is advised not to practice this one if you're a lady and it's that time of month for you, just because it's such a strong pose to begin with, but also we don't want to encourage the flow back down. It's important to avoid inversion. So just a little tip for you there, wait until you're feeling nice and strong and you're ready. You feel like you want a bit more of an aggressive practice, usually when the full moon's out. Here we go, last one, we'll take a press. So hands together, triangle, pop the head in to the palms, pressing up through, bring the weight really nice and forward, and then the feet just float up, pressing, balancing, coming up nice and slowly, taking your feet up to the ceiling. I've never done this talking before, so forgive me if it's not great. Nice and slowly, here we go. Using that focus point, relax the feet. Well, I think that's all I've got needed for today. Slowly coming down. And stretch it out. There we have it. So, let me know how you went in the comments below. If any of those tips were very helpful for you, let me know. Subscribe to my channel. A lot more how-to videos coming up for different poses. And I'll see you guys soon.